If you got the time, I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a shit on me.
Take a shit.
And if you like it, do your best. You can do it right.
Take a shit.
You can do it on my chest. You can do it tonight. Take a shit on me.
Take a shit. Take a shit. Take a shit.
Take a shit on me. Shit! Shit! Wait, stop! Shit! I think we're recording.
Oh fuck.
We're fucking, oh my fucking.
Edit it out.
Fuck me, gentle.
See,
We're
and
recording.
I'll get the blame
shit,
for that
shit.
shit.
Oh
See,
my
that's
God.
what I mean.
Right, stop. Everyone get the phone back on now. Everyone get the Hello, hello and welcome.
Hello. How's it going?
Right, yes, welcome again back to another episode of Out of the Hat, the Peckham podcast. I'm here again with some of my comedy friends from the comedy circuit. A collaboration between the Ace Comedy Club with Cedar.
Yes.
The Lions Den Comedy Club with myself, Tom Matthews, and Webb, and
Hello.
Felix from the Flames.
Yeah, Cedar in the building.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you for having me.
So, yes, we're back again for another load of this shit. Basically.
Another fucking week.
Oh man, we're all relaxed, chilled out right now. We're having a nice little get together. We haven't seen some of you in ages.
Yeah, man. I haven't been around obviously because of the COVID and that and the separation distance. So we had to separate, man.
I'll give you a little proper introduction of Cedar. Cedar has been on this comedy circuit for a while now. For about how long now?
I've been on the comedy circuit for 5 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah, about the same as me actually. So it's a shame I didn't see you at the early days, isn't it?
5 years. Yeah, you know, it's true.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, that's us. We've got Cedar. He's with us now, and we've got the same guest we had last week, Webb. He's going to be here most of the weeks, I think.
Yeah, I'm not really a guest in this.
He's like the host, basically.
Yeah,
I'm the host of this. Yeah.
I'm the other host, and
Yeah,
you just referred to me as a guest.
Yeah. Well, it's like because
and this fucking guy who's still here.
But because
And I'm doing this podcast with you, man.
because it might be under my name, the Peckham Poet. I don't want to give that impression that it's just me doing a podcast. But some people might. That's why I say, I've got friends with me each week.
Yeah.
Just like just letting know people who's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to be doing the same format. If you don't know, if you haven't listened, the first time listening to the show, basically what we've done is we're all open mic comics from the open mic comedy circuit, and early on today we put on a load of subjects in the hat, and sometime last week there's still subjects in the hat from last week. What we do, we put random subjects on little bits of paper, and then we pull them out during the show and we talk about it for a little while. Talk shit, maybe try and come up with something funny about it. That's basically the concept of the whole show. But there are some things that we have scripted, isn't there?
Yeah.
And that is Bigfoot. We will be talking about Bigfoot at some point.
Yeah.
Because he is real, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to talk, and I'm going to explain to you why he's real.
That's like discussing whether the Earth's round or flat.
Yeah.
How dare you,
I'm
sir?
up for
How
debate.
dare you call us
It's
scientific
debatable,
men?
it's debatable.
Flat Earth.
It's good.
Do you know what? That's probably coming up in the subjects at some point in this podcast. We probably will talk about that because I think it's not flat or round. It's definitely not flat for one. I can prove it right now that it's not flat.
Why is it not?
It's
flat?
lumpy.
It's lumpy.
Go out there now and I'll show you.
It's what, like a porridge kind of lumpy.
Yeah.
Or...
The earth is all different. I've gone on over hills, stairs, everything. It's fucking
No man,
definitely
my
not flat.
custard's lumpy.
It's
The earth
difficult
ain't lumpy.
terrain. It wasn't nearly as flat as people said it would be.
Yeah, I mean, like, fucking, I'm a big conspiracy theorist sort of guy myself, right?
Yeah.
But I've actually delved into that. And a lot of people say, oh, it's quite fascinating, some of the evidence. And I'm like, you know what? As much as I am willing to accept that there's some like crazy, you never know. The truth can be so
I
far
think
from
it's
reality.
flat, to be honest with you. you know.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Oh, excellent. So we can chat about that. Yeah. But I've never delved into that. I've never gone into it. I don't know anything about that. But I've always been a big science. I've always been into stars and stuff like that. I'm not very educated in it at all and anything like that. But I've always been into that.
What is it? Astrology?
Yeah,
Astronomy is studying the stars. Astrology is like your signs.
See, look,
Okay.
I've got friends who are more into that sort of thing. But I've got telescopes. You know, I've done it when I go camping. We do look at the moon and stuff like that, and you know what I mean, look at the stars and shit like that. But I've never delved into
I
that.
had a family member ask before a telescope, but that was to look at ships.
Naked people.
Yeah.
To get a better look at the neighbour who sunbathes
Clapton
naked.
on the sea, so he was talking about looking at ships going past from his house and shit, and he wanted the binoculars.
I've got a camera, and I'm going to have to start filming the fights I keep seeing outside my window, right? Because that's what everyone does now. That's what everyone does now. Now I live on Old Kent Road, Peckham Old Kent Road, and
Why are you giving them your address?
that's all right. They can come find me. Don't want to come find me? Come find me.
Pedophile.
I'll be welcome as a guest, actually. You know what I mean? I like having people in the house. It's fine. Even burglars. You know what I mean?
Burglars as well.
Burglars, you've got to admire their ambition, you know?
That's
a
why.
lot of people have that kind of passion and they
That's why I really want to go and come dine with me. It's nothing to do with like.
Do you know
I
what?
can't
It's
cook.
okay,
I just want to have people around the house.
you just want company.
They're not
It's like prostitution but really long and
And
sad.
these days, you've got to be worried about giving out your IP address really more than your actual address.
It's true.
I don't know anyone who knows their IP
That's where
address.
everything is,
though.
isn't it?
Nobody has IP address like on them. Like if I like even
Yeah, you know, I walk around.
just walking around written on the
every
back of
day.
my fucking hand. Oh, that's where my computer goes.
Yeah, I know one person who had his IP address haircut. He had it basically cut into his hair at the back of his head.
Fucking hell.
IP address.
Why?
But yeah, going back to like, what's it? I'm going to start filming because they've been happening every like Saturday, Friday night, and Saturday night, and Sunday night now. Like there's a
Every Friday and Saturday and Sunday and
There's
Monday
a fight on
and
my-
Tuesday.
my-
Bum fights.
around 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the club opens. There's a club just on Old Kent Road. I don't know if you know it. Like it's behind like the KFC. It's like
Always the best place for a fight.
and
Yeah.
when they all come
That's
out,
my fucking chicken.
they all come out of the club and get into their cars at the same time, and there's always a fight going on. There's always girls fighting and then men fighting getting involved every night, and I can just about see some of the road from my window, but it's too far. But now with this new camera I've got with the zoom and all
You
that.
know what you should call it, right? Chicken fights.
Huh? Oh yeah, well it's right outside the KFC, funny enough.
Just record the girl fights though. It's only called the men ones called
Yeah.
chicken fights.
Oh right, see, yeah. There's too many of them there though, on fucking Facebook and shit. There's always seen that.
What?
Fucking fighting videos.
They're
Really?
so
Yes.
many.
I think I'm on a different side of Facebook to you.
Yeah, well,
I mainly see posts on Tumblr
Yeah.
of people complaining about.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like,
what's
you
your name
see
shit?
one video, and if you watch it long enough, and then it might advertise you more, and you watch them again. But I don't like most of them. I'm seeing them, I'm thinking, look, these people always jump in, and people's down the floor.
Yeah.
And you always see like people egging on people, women's are fighting.
Especially over the COVID and that. There's been
Everyone's
a lot
going nuts.
of people fighting each other.
People get fucking bored. They
Well,
locked in.
that's the problem. When you do that, when you advertise so much fucking mayhem, it makes people paranoid. It gets people on a power trip when they go out, and then they get defensive, and it makes people more angry. And that's all that's about. Like, I saw a video the other day about some guy who, you know, he can't walk. I don't know what's wrong with his legs, but some place in Africa it seems, and he's been given a wheelchair, just a basic wheelchair, and he's over the moon. Like, he pulls over to it, starts laughing and stuff like that, and giggling. He's so over the moon, and it's such a moving video.
Yeah.
It's like there should be so much more of them.
To appreciate.
But there ain't. It's just bombarded with madness.
Yeah.
Constant videos, of people fighting in queues, and shit like that.
You know, it's from videos of ungratefulness, to be quite honest, because look where we live. We live in a place where you don't have to fight. You're going to get what you want. If you just have a little patience. You know what I mean? But we'd rather kill each other
But that's
for things that you know you're going to get.
It's not all going crazy out there. Not everyone's out there fucking. You don't have to carry guns to go get the milk now.
No,
It's okay.
exactly.
Postmen shouldn't be armed.
It's
Milkmen
true.
shouldn't be armed.
And
Don't start going that because that's the route we're going as a whole fucking as a globe. You know what I mean?
It's the togetherness is gone though. That's why.
Yeah. So right, I think it's about time we now start picking things out of a hat. I think, don't you think?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Right,
Drum roll, please.
I forgot for a second that was the format. Are we gonna get drum roll?
Yeah, but maybe not because the mic's actually on the table. That's probably going to come out really bad, but that's alright.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Like what you buy for
Like a load of guns going off.
Things happen. Right.
Maybe you do need to be armed. So right, I'm going to be the first. It's going to go round to me first. I've got the hat. I'm about to pick out the first topic.
You're not allowed to look.
Huh?
You just got to.
Well, he has to look to read it.
I've picked out the hat. I can't. I haven't looked at it yet. The hat's been put down.
Felix is such a stick.
Fucking steward's inquiry over here. Yeah, so what have we got? First topic is old people, good or bad?
Well, I love it when we just start out with a prejudice.
I think old people's a good thing because we've
You
all
think
got to
they're
get
good?
old. We have.
Well, yeah.
We've all got to get
I
old.
don't know. Is that even if we do vote on this, are we gonna do something about it? Or we all go, actually, we all think it's bad, and then we immediately all start standing up. We get some, pieces of wood, and we sort it out.
I mean, like old people. I mean, like but I've heard a comic once first and say all old people should be slaughtered at birth. But no, old people, good or bad, it depends on the old person, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it does depend on the old person, but at the same time, old people come with all that. They come with traits, innit? Bottom line, they come with traits. They come with like slowness, reaction time might be a bit slower. So, you've got to be patient with old people, is what I'm saying. And that's where people get ticked off with old people. They think, I don't want to be patient with them. Why don't you hurry up when I'm in the shop? You're taking too long. And we want to get rid of you.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
smell
not
a
fair.
piss as well. Let's have it right. They all smell a piss.
You
Right.
smell a piss too.
Most of them are racist now as they get older. But let's face it,
Yeah.
they're all like,
Yes, if you was
went to the
born
hospital.
1945, yeah.
Went to the hospital. There's nothing more funnier than an old person in the hospital. They're so funny. No,
What?
I don't really like that.
What? What did you say, Tom?
I don't
It's
know.
so
People
fun to
in
have.
hospitals go together, snap.
It's so fun to. No, this is what you said. It's so fun to see old people in the hospital.
I don't mean
You
it
just
like
like the idea that they're slowly dying.
Let me rephrase that. Right? What I meant was, when I worked in the hospital, every now and then you get like like the old on Catherine Tate, the old one. You come and shave me, come and shave me.
Yeah.
Every now and then you get a patient like you get an old Cockney woman, an old Cockney man.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like they are just comedy gold. Them people, they've got no filter. They're just hilarious. Do you know what I mean? They've been through that a lot.
It's
They just
true.
can't be bothered to lie to
You know
anyone
what
no
it
more.
is? It's because they've seen so much in their life and they've just got so many stories
Yeah.
off of the back of it. And
Yeah, I mean,
it's
like-
natural stories, isn't it?
Exactly, and they're Dutton Bridge, ain't gonna get like them. So that's what I meant by that. It did came out very well, but
That came out like you was like, I'm so glad that old people have.
it's
more
so hilarious seeing them in hospital struggling on the Zimmer frames. It's hilarious.
If you love the sight of that, then you're gonna love the sight of a car crash.
I think
So I can't wait for more
old
human
people are
suffering.
like human door stoppers because they slow young people down. Like they
Yeah.
stop us.
Yes.
If they wasn't there,
Yeah, we
we'd
get
be-
to everywhere on
Would
time.
be
I
shutting
feel
all the time,
bad
like doors.
walking past an old person. You know when you see an old person on the street and they're walking the same direction as you, like pavement,
Yeah.
and they're struggling, and then you are in a hot rush and you just briskly walk straight past them, and you just straight up, and you feel bad. You think, fucking hell, I'll just slow down a bit.
Yeah, they make you.
I'm just
slow
like
down.
overtaking them.
True.
Do you know what I mean? It's like overtaking
Yeah,
them
true.
in a car, with a little banger car, and then there's a nice guy. Oh, mate, struggling away. I just feel bad. Sometimes I hang around behind them and not just that. I just feel like I'm disrespecting
You
them
know
by
that-
just walking past them.
Yeah,
Look
when you've
what
got
you
yeah,
can't
when you've got
do.
that old
Yeah,
person in
look
front
what
of
you
you.
used to be able to do.
You know what I mean?
Look at how far. Look upon my works, you mighty in
But
despair.
they're probably thinking, that won't last, mate.
Yeah,
You'll be
yeah,
like me,
yeah.
especially with that fat gut. You'll be bastard. I've had old blokes call me. One that was old geezer, he's not like that. My friend's father, and he used to go in the pub, and he used to just fucking insult me every time. Like, say, look at the fucking state of you. Look, cut your hair. Who the fuck do you think you are? Look at you. Look at the state of you. Look. And he goes, what's that gut? He come over and slap my gut. This is old bloke. Like, his son was quite big, sort of fucking Waldo.
So you're taking too far, old man. You're taking too far.
But yeah, but my problem with them, when when you're in a shop, and then someone comes in, an old woman, and she goes, oh, ain't it snowing out there? And you're like, oh, is it? Oh, I didn't notice.
The thing is,
I didn't notice the grass had turned white. Of course it's fucking snowing.
Yeah,
I
they
hate
do-
small
they do-
talk. That's what
they
a
do
lot of old
state
people
the
do,
obvious.
small talk like that. I've got an old guy in my area called Fred. I'm waiting at the bus stop, and it's about 6:30 in the morning, right? What are you doing when you're waiting at a bus stop 6:30 in the morning? You're waiting for a bus, right? It's quite clear. He comes up to me. And goes, hello, see you in ages. Oh, hello, Fred, how's it going? Yeah. So what are you doing here then? You waiting for a bus? No, I just fucking love standing at bus stops at 6:30 in the morning in the pissing rain.
I'm
Of course I'm
literally
waiting for a
out
bus.
there waiting for my health. For my health, right? Nice and healthy.
Yeah.
When people ask me those questions, I always just tell them another activity. Like I was coming back like up the hill to my house, and my brother was like, and I had shopping bags. And he's like, "Oh, you've been shopping?"
No!
I go, "No, I've been making."
She's been thieving!
I go, "What do you think I've been doing? I'm making a fucking pizza."
That's what I was saying. No, I'm making an omelette with fucking bits of
I'm gonna make an omelette with your head.
Yeah.
Just threaten them.
It's annoying.
Yeah, but like you say, it's a shame because there ain't a lot of them around my area no more. And my area used to be almost like an old people's fucking residence. But it's not. It's a lot more younger
Because
people
you've
coming
got
in now.
like so many homes now, they're all in.
Yeah, they're all getting moved out to places and stuff like that, which is good.
That's good because
I love them all, honestly. I love old people.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
the way people feel about certain like gangs, you feel about old people.
Yeah. They should be given handbobs a lot.
Like you see an old woman moving next to you, and you go, "There goes the neighbour."
Yeah, carrying weapons. They all carry sticks. They all carry like literally everyone. I've not seen an old person not carrying a weapon. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, sticks are an offensive weapon, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
Old ladies' handbags as well are very heavy. They fucking swim in
Don't
maces.
believe them when they say it's to walk on, because it's not.
Metal plates in their shins as well. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to kick on one of them.
Old people are Wolverine is what you're saying. Old people are
metal hips, fucking robots.
Fuck yeah. Cyborgs.
They're cyborg. We've got cyborg.
Right, so that's old people, good or bad, and I think we've come to the conclusion that they're a bit of both.
Yeah.
Completely neutral, never even.
Like the Skepta song 50-50.
Right, so we're going to pass the hat round clockwise to Will Webb.
Ooh.
Next subject, coming out the hat.
What's wrong with the world?
What's wrong with the world today?
What's wrong with the world?
What's fucking right with it, man?
People are wrong with the world.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I like that the theme of this podcast is us just hating other human beings.
well, I mean, like, we can go on forever about this, but I think it all comes
Is
down
that the
to
title of this podcast then?
gingers.
Oh yeah, ginger.
Yeah. That's the problem with the world today. Ginger people, too many ginger people,
Yeah.
and you know, they need
Too
to
many
stop.
ginger leaders.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Yeah. But no, like, you know, that's all I've got a problem with the world today is, you know, like, less ginger. And don't get me wrong, I am, people, you know, people might know me, know I'm ginger, right?
Yeah.
That's why I can get away
But
with
you're
saying
not
it.
the problem though. You know.
But I wasn't born ginger.
Yeah.
I was born blonde. But I'm not talking about those half gingers, like fucking late developing gingers like myself. I'm talking about those fully blooded ginger bastards from birth.
Basically.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Ed Sheeran, yes.
Ed Sheeran.
And fucking Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah.
Well, apparently I look like him now. Like Lewis Capaldi. I mean, like, for years I've had suffered with Pete Doherty. People are saying I look like Pete Doherty, right?
Yeah.
And it's not the best person to say you look like, is it?
No.
I mean, it's not saying you
You're
look like.
Joe Cocker at fucking Woodstock 69.
Another person
Yes.
who's damn ugly. Who you know what I mean? Joe Cocker's got no teeth. Like, you know, crooked sort of face. Great singer.
No, he's
Like
not.
myself. Right, but you know what I mean? Every time someone says I look like someone, it's always someone pig fucking ugly off the telly. It's like they have no filter in the system thinking, hang on a minute, this might offend them if I say this. This is definitely something like, he's definitely not trying to look like Meatloaf. He's not trying to look like Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
But Pete Doherty, I've had it all.
It's got one of those faces, man, that people associate with
Yeah, but
not generally favourable other people.
Yes.
And people said I've looked like Snoop, but I don't take that personally. Although it's a diss to say I look like Snoop though.
Do you think so? Why?
Yeah, because bow wow, yo.
Yeah, but he's a cool motherfucker. Do you know what I mean?
But he's
Everyone loves
a bit
Snoop.
on the skinny side, like.
He is a very skinny dude.
Yeah,
He's always been a
he's-
skinny dude, bony dude, didn't he?
Bony
Proper.
dude, like, you know.
But no, I don't think you do because he's got more of a pointy nose. He's more.
Yeah,
He looks
yeah,
like
his
a dog.
features are a bit
He's
more
got that. He to me, he used to look like. I mean, he had that kind of.
Yeah, he has got that
Dog.
Doberman
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
you know.
That's why I always thought that's what he looks like. He
But
looks like a dog.
That's why they made him change into a Doberman in the video.
Yeah, it's quality. I remember that.
Video, yeah.
I love Snoop. Snoop got in trouble recently because he went on to the UFC thing about a couple of years ago and he was doing the commentary on the Contender program.
Okay.
And he was just slagging some of the fighters off. Yeah, fuck him up, bitch! Fuck that bitch up! Fucking, is he west side or east side? West side.
He's
isn't
a
he?
west side.
Yeah, he goes, fucking east side. He's
East
like, he's
side.
always the way he's
That's what
Whenever there's a fighter from the other side, he was
That's
like
what
that.
happens when the commentators hang weed.
And he was saying, fuck Conor McGregor.
Didn't
Like,
Snoop
Fuck
Dogg
Conor
say?
McGregor.
Didn't Snoop Dogg say he smokes 60 blunts a day?
That's nothing.
There's nothing.
That is nothing for him, yeah.
But yeah, he got in trouble for that, but I loved it for that. I was like, that's the commentator. Commentators are boring. You're always like, he's getting really good now, he's blah blah. It's all the same shit, you know, they're on both sides. And then you got he's just like, no, fuck him up.
You know what? He probably had a fucking bet on him as well now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Come up, man, that's gonna lose money.
But they pulled him out of that, and then fucking. But I love recently. He got one of my favourite shows of all time, and that's Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
And that's like the
I've
new.
heard about that.
You got to watch that. That's like the new like wave like Cheech and Chong sort of thing. But it's bollocks.
I used to love
And he
that.
went on that with Doug Benson, both proper smokers, and it's all about it's a dope smoking show, like and it's like in Canada, and then the trailer park, and it's so fucking real.
I bet there's no one better to smoke weed with than Snoop.
Oh, it's a like, legendary thing you can do. It's like you know, if you get to smoke with the king of ganja, really.
Yeah, definitely, man.
It's like getting to smoke with Lee Scratch Perry himself, almost. Like, that's when that's what Snoop would be looking at. Like, if I can never get to smoke with the likes of Jimmy Cliff or Lee Scratch Perry.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
But to us, it's like.
Simi just needs Snoop's money, man.
Yeah, man. That's what I said in one of my jokes about it, actually. I said to him, I wish I had that. Just people say that I look like Snoop, you know, we look the same. I wish I had the same bank account. And it's very much that. Like I said.
I've dabbled in rap.
Yeah, my
We
brother
all have,
does rap, so I helped him write some lyrics back in the day.
Well, I know he's into rap. I've been to
I-
the show when he
I-
had rappers on, and he was like,
this is it.
I like to write some lyrics as well, you know. No, that's an art form. No, it is.
Black poetry.
I've rapped.
That's it.
I can rap. I'm a Peckham poet, right?
Yeah.
And years ago, I was at a New Year's party at a house, and someone had some decks, and they were all getting on the mic and rapping. And someone just passed the mic to me, and as a joke, I started rapping, and I did not know I was that good.
That's what
Simple as that.
Hey, you know what? That's a really good idea, man. That we could be writing a rap song. There you go, man. Simi's
that.
gonna be the front man
I'm
there,
up for that. We
man.
can do that.
Oh yeah.
I can supply a beat.
Oh
not
yeah.
with my mouth. I can't.
Yeah,
You know what? No, all jokes are. Hey, no, seriously. Where's my badge? No, seriously. I think that is a fucking good idea. I'm telling you now.
I'd like to point out one thing, is that whenever there's like a bunch of friends, they always go through phases of what they should do. It's like, we should start a band, we should start a podcast.
We should sell jeans.
Yeah, we should sell jeans out the back of a van. Yeah.
I've got 70 pairs indoors I don't use anymore.
I get free jeans from my job. It's yeah, so we have. Let's try and ace the podcast thing before we start forming a band, I think.
I'm up for it, Felix. So I rap.
No,
Imagine
seriously.
Felix rapping.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be a rap star. Hey, Will, so who who you been compared to?
What do you mean?
Joe Cocker, Snoop Doggy Dogg, who you been? Who do you remind me of?
Do you know what? Two separate people.
I know.
Who?
You look like the guy from Simple Minds, the singer. Hey, 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 hey. No, Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
you
Oh,
forget about me.
Whoa.
You look like him.
Get up a picture of it.
Yeah, well, I can't, it's on my phone.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That guy was in Weird Science as well, wasn't he? Do you remember that movie?
Hey, if you had his money once again, you don't mind looking like them.
Do you know who I've actually got? And this is a surprise. Is Tom Holland. I've got Tom Holland twat.
I know that. Who's that?
The new Spider-Man.
Okay.
No,
And the thing is, what is funny about that is I don't look a fucking thing like him. And two separate people have been like, you know, well, first time it was another comedian.
Alright, you don't look like him in any of these pictures. Right?
You googled the
But I
guy.
think I seen him live once where he looked a bit like you.
Right, so I look like a memory of this thing.
Yeah, but in none of these pictures you look like him.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, cheers for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, so one time a comedian brought me up, like an MC, and he said I look like Tom Holland. And I was like, I clearly don't. And then separately, I was in the library once when I was doing my degree, and I was writing, and you know you have those like barriers between like little aisles in libraries so people can work in private. I was about to get myself up and leave, and a guy like tapped on the top of the barrier so I would look up, and he showed me his phone, and on that was Tom Holland. And I was like, do you think I look like that? And he nods, and I points to me in the phone. And I'm like, this is the second time I've got it. I don't look like him. I don't know what it is. I was like, maybe this guy just thinks that all
that's the
young
problem.
white guys with brown hair look alike.
I used to look about with lots of PW and stuff like that, and all to the gigs. And sometimes years ago, my band, we used to look like the band itself because like Carl in Libertines looked a lot like my mate Matthew, and Johnny in the Libertines looked a lot like my mate Carl, and our drummer Nick looked a little bit like the drummer from the Libertines. Like, you know, like, and we used to walk in the Crown and Anchor, and they used to take us straight downstairs to the band bit and give us drinks. Like, genuinely, we got mistaken. We got mistaken for Libertines. At least once we got that. And then a few times we had shows. Are you Pete's brother? No, I'm fucking not. Pissed off. I was going to Lake District once, and on the motorway we stopped off at a burger place, right? And because we were driving there, and I'm in the queue, and someone in the Burger King, don't know where it was, what part, middle part of England, might have been in Midland somewhere, just goes, you're not Pete Dockett, are you? I was like, no, I'm not. Fucking hell, do you know what I mean? Like the worst person you can say, do you know what I mean? You may as well say, you know you look like a cunt. Yeah, I don't know how we got round to that from, what was the subject? It was, what's wrong with the world? And we've managed to turn it round to what we look like.
Pete is wrong.
Pete Dockett. That was the answer.
Can I tell you what somebody has said? Do you know who you remind me of? And it was a long time ago, and I remember going into Tower Records to look for an album cover, and I looked at it and I thought, fuck, and that's always stuck with me. But hey, I'd love to have a talent. That's Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin?
Yeah, and I think to myself, ooh, I would love her fucking talent. You know what I mean? Man, that was a gift.
That's one of my favourite artists of all time, is Janis Joplin.
Fucking love her, man. She liked to drug and
all.
all.
She's my favourite female artist of all time, is Janis Joplin, without doubt. To me, she's
yeah.
You know the one, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
Yeah,
that's
like
the
Dolly
best.
Parton, she's like a Dolly Parton.
Proper.
And you know the sad
no
thing.
Music, no, just acapella, fucking classic tune.
Yeah, that is
She's done
classic,
loads of tunes you would recognise.
From you said that's a big tune.
And the sad thing is she never lived long enough to see that become the biggest hit ever.
She was part of the 27 Club.
Yeah.
She died at 27. Same time as Brian Jones and Amy Winehouse and
Jimi Hendrix.
I think so, but I heard recently, it was a bit later. Jim Morrison was a bit later. Maybe I think it was Jimi Hendrix.
Right?
Yeah.
It was Jimi Hendrix and it was Jim Morrison. I keep getting mixed up.
Is it? When did Kurt Cobain die? Was he
27?
Yeah.
I think Ian Curtis from Joyce 27.
You know, why is it for people that are gifted and you think, fuck, you know, they've got all of that, everybody loves them, they've got all that money. Why is it that they're all dead early? You know what I'm saying? So the money obviously didn't make them happy. All the awards they've won didn't make them happy. Everybody loving them didn't make them happy. But why were they so unhappy that they die, however they die and die young? What the fuck is that?
Some of them.
When they wasn't doing,
you know,
when they're not doing what they love, that's when they get depressed.
Well, you hit so much higher, you don't know where to go after that.
Well, you know, I read a theory on that. And it was the art of the insane, and they couldn't work out, this is like a long time ago, you know, art in lunatic asylums, you know, insane people, and they couldn't understand how they could create such fucking amazing art when they're fucking insane. But then they worked it out that it's not that they were great artists. What it is, great artists are borderline insane. That's why when you're able to do something really well in an area that someone else would just never be able to do it, you actually are suffering from something in the mind which makes you do that.
It's a thin line between a madman and a genius.
That's right, that's right. So, you know, at the end of the day... It's
like they say, you've got to think outside the box.
You've got to think outside the box.
Like I say, madness is genius in a lot of things.
That's how you step away from the crowd.
You're looking at things differently from everyone else. You're going to paint a different picture from everyone else, and that's what's going to make you stand out. You know what I mean? And that's the truth of the thing. But
I did 3 months supply of CBD gummy bears and went down to a one night stand, had a doobie upstairs with Tom and went up on stage, man, and did a half-hour set. They couldn't get me off. They couldn't, and they still talk about it now. Yeah, I'm telling you, no. Mr. P always says I give him his first time down at the den, and I said, and you give me my first 30-minute fucking set.
He turned 5 minutes into 30 minutes.
That's how, yeah. We should probably say that everyone at the one night stand was doing 5 minutes.
Felix is on the mat, you know, so it's gonna be hijacked.
Yeah, Felix was last on, supposed to finish at what, like 11, ended up at half 11, wasn't it?
Well, I didn't see anybody leaving, do you know what I mean?
Sometimes it's not that people aren't leaving, it's that it's your turn is over. Sometimes it's that flashing light that means we have to get off.
Nina and Mr. P love me.
They do
They love me.
But we can't all be doing fucking half-hour sets.
No, we fucking can't. That's right. That's why I did one. That's the difference. If we all could do a 30-minute fucking set every time we went there, like we wouldn't have enough fucking time, would we? Sorry about banging the table. I'm just getting overexcited.
I think gunshots are going off.
Yeah. Hey, and the best one, Semi, the best one. I got to the station, I went to KFC, sat there with Erlen and a few others just chatting. Midnight, I've gone down to the Clapham Junction train station to get my train back to Waterloo. Guess where I ended up?
Where?
Fucking Wimbledon. If I hadn't have asked the people in front of me where, because I said, it seems to be a long time, you know, and I said, you know where this is? And she said, Wimbledon. I was, fuck me, 12:30, man. I managed to get the last tube back. That took me all the way to High Street, Kensington. Then I walked all the way home, man. I thought, you fucking cunt. I had no fucking water. I was off my fucking trolley and I thought, you fucking idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we do it, people. Right? We start with a topic like what's wrong with the world, and we end up going right around the houses to what we look like, and then to where we ended up on the train. And I mean,
honestly,
how people die, celebrities.
I mean, I love the idea that we're supposed to stick to a topic, and we just never
but
do.
I think that is comedy, like what
that's it.
Here.
Someone slipped me a Mickey Finn, man. You know they did. Fuck me up good and proper. Are we still recording?
Yes.
Are we having another one out of the hat?
Well, I was going to say a bit more about how.
Or should we have a little break?
Yeah. So at this point in the show, this is where you hear from our sponsor. Each week we have a sponsor sponsoring the show. And I said the word sponsor far too many times in that little that's it there. So yeah, you're going to hear from my little fucking advert now. That's helping us out. Us.
This week's fake sponsor is brought to you by Cedar's YouTube comedy program, Family Problems.
Hey, I ain't gonna tell you more than one time, okay? One time. When I tell you I can't stand old people. Old people make me sick. They make me fucking sick. I can't stand them, okay? Everywhere you go, stand old people. Is there anybody out there who feel the same way I do about old people? They're in the film industry, they're into politics, they're all kind of fucking, they're like cockroaches, okay? I can't deal with them, man. Okay? Everywhere you go, they're in the prison system, they're in the restaurants. I can't even eat a fucking meal with my lady. I can't even eat a decent meal with my lady without being surrounded by old people. They're like cockroaches. I want to get rid of them. But I can't use the gun. I can't use the knife. I tell you what I do. I use this new E40 cream. You get rid of all the wrinkles, all the crow's feet around your fucking nose. All of it gone. You just apply it to your face, and all the wrinkles are gone. And you stay young forever. How you like that?
Us. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that little advert we just had there. We've just got in some great news feed right away. Turns out we're going to have everyone's favourite granddad on the show from the Family Problems YouTube channel.
Written and produced by myself, Cedar.
Yeah.
You know, Granddad will be here in a couple of weeks' time, so everyone look out for that. Everyone's favourite granddad.
Yeah, so it's the first time we're going to get someone of that age, I think, on the show, and it's going to have a little different, you know, bring a bit of diversity to the show from us lot. Because we might watch our P's and Q's around him, but he might be outrageously rude, you never know. It'll be my first time meeting him as well, so I'm looking forward to it, I really am. Yeah. So, you know, look out for that. So yeah, we are going to start off the second half with Felix picking a subject out of a hat, aren't you, Felix?
Yeah.
And I'll just throw the hat to her.
Yeah, we're gonna start off, man, with a Jay coming down this way. You know, we're recording this, or is this being, you know?
Yeah,
oh
that's why we're picking
man,
up the
that's it. Cedar in the house.
Yeah.
In the house, man.
Oh.
Woo.
Felix,
Yeah.
picking something out of the hat.
Man, we get blessings.
Sometime today.
Yeah.
On the podcast would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we're recording it.
Sorry, people. Yeah, we're on a very chilled vibe
Hey
this
man,
week than last week.
you'll just have to
Yeah.
edit this shit out, man, because I'm having some of Leighton's finest. No need to do rude signs, Tommy. I'm about to read it.
There's no rude signs yet.
Why is a Tuesday important?
Right. Well.
What Guardian shit is this?
Why is it true?
Well, yes, welcome back to Radio 2, and we're talking about why is the Tuesday the most important day of
I
the
think
week.
Tuesdays are important because, you know, it's another, you know, without Tuesday you wouldn't have 7 days in a week. And
What a
Mondays,
fucking disaster that would be.
Mondays are pretty heavy, right?
Yeah.
Let's face it, Mondays can be manic. So Tuesday's the recovery day.
But then again, you'll have less days at work if there's no Tuesday.
Yeah.
But you're both
True.
forgetting it, and I'm sure Felix is bang on it. What's so good about Tuesdays is the Lions Den Comedy Club.
Thank
Hey.
you. Amen.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
you're
it.
right,
That's my
you're right,
Tuesdays,
you're
and
right.
that's my
Very,
fucking
very
favourite day of the
true.
week a lot of the time now.
Very, very true. That's
Yeah.
my second home in Lions Den. And
It turns a Tuesday night into a night. Sometimes you go to that place and you have nights you won't forget.
bro, I remember nights being like a fiend to get to the Lions Den. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Lions Den, it's Tuesday, and I'm scratching to get there because I know I'm going to get
Yeah.
a swap if I get there on time. You
Yeah.
know?
Not just that, it's like I
It's a
say,
nice vibe.
it's a legendary place. You always get something
Yeah.
happening. It's always like a bit of like, you know,
Yeah.
friendly drama. There's nothing ever heavy goes down.
Usually someone drunk,
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
fucking around.
yeah, or it's just like such a big sort of friendly environment. Everyone's friends there mostly, and everyone's welcome. Once you come in,
It's
you're
true.
one of us.
It's true.
And,
It's a family.
Yeah, and you know, we just have a great time down there. And like, I've had so many memorable nights with Felix on stage. Some of the times Felix has been on stage and absolutely killed me, you know, with laughter.
Yeah.
And just some of the best nights of my life, in fact, I've had down there. Memorable. It's
Yeah,
nice.
me too. Me too. I've had some of my most favourite nights at the Lions Den, and you know, been a pleasure to be involved in that. So
Yeah.
it really has.
Yeah, that's what's important about Tuesdays.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I gotta say, I met Semi down there, man, at the door of the Lion's Den, and Semi come up to me, and we didn't even know each other. We had the first meeting, and he asked for Tim, and I was like, whoa, you know, and I could feel the goosebumps and everything, and I said, oh look, I said, you know, he passed away, and that, and Semi's like, oh my God, you know, it was all kind of, it was, and then Semi talked about the King's Cross days, and I'm like, wow, man, this is like old school comedy, and I'm like, hey, look, come in, you know, just come in, and the rest is history.
I met Simi down at the Den first
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Mhm.
You know,
You tell
it's,
straight away you think, I think me and him are gonna get on very well.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, you know, yeah, no,
First
true.
meeting, you know.
I remember, I
The great
remember.
Will Webb.
Well, yeah.
See, that's what's important. Another thing as well. The Den has taken away. I've created some great friends from the Den.
Yeah,
you know?
man, yeah.
And that's like friends I believe I would take on for a long time. If the
Yeah.
Den was to end tomorrow or whatever, I think there's still, you know, at least I'll have the friends and that memory of it.
Yeah.
And we can always meet up as a group and still be like, yeah, talk about the old days.
Yeah.
The thing
Yeah.
is,
But it's never going to die.
No,
I don't.
And Boyce was like, Boyce
So-
come up to me and said, oh, someone you'd be happy to see, and I, oh man, Simi, and Boyce is putting you down on the card,
Yeah.
you've got you on, always, you come
Yeah,
down there for as
always,
long as I'm there, you're always
That's what I'm
performing.
saying. Like, if I didn't feel welcome at anywhere else, I know I could come to the Lions Den.
Yeah.
Because there's times I had a lot of breaks in comedy, and you know, it never helped me. But I knew I could come to the Lions Den and recuperate. And get
Yeah.
back.
I think I've been doing comedy about 2 years, and I've been to loads of places all over London, and I really like some venues for some reasons, some for others. But the thing is, I've seen Lions Den grow. I was there just towards, I knew Tim for a couple of years, and for a lot of that he was sick. But I always came back to the Lions Den because I liked that there was a kind of there are regulars in that loads of people will show up, but there is this kind of core of people who kind of stay there, and it has a very, it's different to pretty much every other place I've been to.
Yeah.
Every other place, it can be a fantastic night, it can have a great MC, but it really doesn't have that element of, oh, this person is a regular here. They know the audience of the Lions Den. They know what they're bringing.
Yeah, it doesn't have that coziness that the Lions Den have. Like the Lions Den has a family orientated, cozy environment.
And you're all welcome in our family.
Everyone is welcome as long as they turn up before 4:30.
As long as you're some way depressed in some way. As long as you're different from the normal core, you are welcome at all.
Yeah.
But if you are the normal core, then you're welcome too. That's the good thing as well. Yeah. So that was, what was that topic? That was what's good on Tuesday. What's good about Tuesdays? Well,
Bit of a leading question.
Yeah. And as you can tell, we are definitely in England because it's pissing down the rain. You can probably hear that on the thing. That hat is about to come to me now. And it's coming back, a full circle back to me. And the topic I'm about to pick out is boyfriend trouble. Well done, Felix, for writing that rubbish down.
How do you know I wrote it?
Well,
might have been Mr. P.
Nina is the only other one that's had access to writing some comments in the hat so far, and she's married to
Might
Mr.
have
P.
been Nina.
And you know,
wouldn't that be fucking funny if Nina chose now to bring up her marital issues through boyfriend trouble?
And
Mr. P's not here.
I don't think Will would have written it because I think he would have put more of a subject we all might have been able to jump in on.
Yeah, I mean,
I know Semi-Sealer definitely didn't write it because the handwriting's far too good. And,
I think I've been out with a lot of boys, but I've never had a boyfriend, so I don't know why. I feel like Felix is.
Well, then maybe that's your boyfriend trouble.
Yeah, my boyfriend trouble is I can't.
Fucking get it.
Do you know what? A point I was making the other day is that when you're with someone and you're just starting to first talk, you're just getting to know them, and do you ever like sleep with them too quickly and you kind of fuck up all the tension you had? Like is that just me? I feel like with some like people, you like jump into the sex too quickly and then you take away some of that tension.
Well, normally the tension is immediately goes disastrous. I mean, they're fucking them and they want to get out of the house as fast as they can.
Yeah.
And they realise that, oh my, you're not as. Well, you know, I thought you might. I know you're fat, but I thought you might have some stamina in you. Or, you know, like, I thought you're quite big. I expected at least a fat cock at least. But you know, this is a bit of a. It might be a bit of a. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Do you know what I mean? So like, that's cool. But that doesn't occur to boyfriends. I must add. Just make sure you know.
In the day of hanging out with a girl that I really liked.
Yeah.
Hanging out and everything's going good. She likes me too. For about a week, we're hanging out together, and then I made the mistake of saying, "Oh, that's my girlfriend. Everyone, this is my girlfriend."
Yeah.
I introduced her as my girlfriend too early, and then the whole thing got cut, and it hurt me because I really liked her.
First cry on the podcast.
Yeah, first cry.
Hey.
First cry.
We'll have a collage of it like 100 years to come. Like, you know, Will crying, Semi crying, Felix crying, me crying. We'll all take our turns eventually to have our moment in time to cry. But if we get real deep, like we do sometimes in the subjects, I'm sure there's going to be some subjects like that that come out sometimes.
It's a bit water.
When was the last time you cried, Tom?
This morning.
This morning?
Yeah, when
I forgot you wake up like that, didn't you?
I wake up and I masturbate crying most of the time, so
Yeah.
I
think that's called a crank.
Yeah, I need tissues for the tears and for the fears. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. What about you, Felix? You cry in the morning like everyone else?
Nah, man, I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be alive when I wake up. It's having to realise you're sort of having this beautiful dream, man. And it's like you're thinking, all of a sudden something wakes you up. You're like, oh fuck me, man, I'm back in this fucking nightmare. It's like what I'm struggling with isn't the boyfriends, but we'll get onto that one, right? We'll be getting there around the short way, right? Nah. What I struggle is with the mental health, and then I need things out there to be fucking normal because I can't fucking cope. Now I'm just not coping at all, you know what I mean? So I've got to, every fucking day it's like I've got to get my shit together and think, right, okay, you got to be positive, you got to be creative,
Like,
you know
you
what I
gotta
mean? It ain't taking me down, I ain't letting fear get me. I know that I'm ready to go tomorrow. That's why every day is a
The way
fucking
I see
blessing.
it is we got to stay in the things that we, like we can only do the things we can control. Anything we can't control is like probably media shit that's way out of our hands, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like wars and shit like that, we can think is, oh, I feel it for these people, and, you know.
Yeah. We can do control is how you react to it as well, isn't it? It's how you like take it on and like, you know, don't let it drain your mind like that's the world at the moment. Because what a lot of the stuff we was talking earlier, I don't know if that was on Fit, but we're talking like a lot of the shit you're seeing is just trying to make you fucking more paranoid when you go out, to get more angry, in my opinion anyway.
And that's why you get frustrated, because you can't deal with it, you can't control it. And that's when you get frustrated. And I think most comedians are deep thinkers, isn't it? And I'm a deep thinker. I want to change things in the world. You know what I mean? But you've got to start from your own family, maybe, and your own.
Start yourself as well, definitely.
Yeah, your
from inside your temple.
It's triggered my OCDs. That's what it's triggered. That's I'm fucking.
Say that again.
My
Does it take you to
my
say
OCDs.
OCD?
No, it has.
Go on.
I don't know what it is. All of a sudden, I just get into something and I'm just transfixed with it. I was #1 in the UK on Subway Surfer a few times. That's the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not going to show you all my characters in Subway Surfer, but there's a fair few.
I've got a feeling.
And the boards. I've been
Soon,
playing that for
they're
10
gonna be our
fucking
sponsor.
years.
Subway Surf.
We've mentioned them so many times on the podcast. They're going to end up being our
cut it
sponsor.
out.
Yeah, we will actually. Let's
Cut
see
it
who
out.
can get the highest fucking
listen to
score. Fucking good idea, isn't it?
Link
Play
it.
Subway Surfer. Oh, I bet you do.
I don't know what it is.
You're a Candy
No,
Crush
no.
guy.
No, I don't play any of those games, you know.
Oh no, 10 years,
I'll tell you
man.
what game I used to play, that pool game, innit? That game, 8-ball pool.
Oh, yeah.
That was my thing, and then I just stopped playing that after a while.
Oh, no,
I was
I-
hooked on that though, man.
Yeah, no, it's like, it's fucking, that's why they call it kiddie cocaine. It fucking is, but more adults are on that shit.
Adult.
It's like, I gotta have my fix of it, you know what I mean? That's what
I
I
had
do
an
in my
argument on the bus
downtime.
once with a guy who had his foot out on the walkway, you know, on the top deck.
Yeah.
And when I tried to step over it and accidentally brushed his leg a little bit, he turned around and started having a big go at me. So my reply was, well, move your fucking foot, what do you think about it? It was like that. And then we had a few words back and forth, and then he got onto a game on his phone, like I could see, and it was the kiddiest game I've ever seen. Like, it was like popping balloons or something. As they come up, and you got to say, pop the blue one.
I know
So he's
that.
trying to pop the blue one.
Yeah.
And I was just like, look at you and your
bubble or something like that.
Yeah, bubble splash or something,
Yeah.
I don't like those
Then
ones.
we kept arguing, and then he kept turning around and goes, oh, you calm down now? And when I was going, oh, shut up and get on with your kiddie game, you son of hey, you little bing bong bing bong.
Yeah, I'm gonna film Tommy on a Subway Surfer. Let's see how far he can go.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't go very far
Such
because
a-
I'll tell you why, straight up, I wouldn't go very far because it's shit. I can tell you now it's shit because I play PlayStations and things like that are really.
I play men's things.
Yes.
My name's Tom, I'm a man. I don't play games on
I
my
play
little
murder.
phone.
Right? And fuck it, I go around on GTA and look for kids. There's no kids on GTA 5, by the way. I've searched the whole map. There's no kids in the
That's
whole
so
game.
suspicious.
Right?
That's such a suspicious thing.
Not
to
that I was
say.
looking. Not that I was looking to. I was just like, it came to me. Hang on, it's like that. It sounds really weird. It does.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
I was just looking for
I
5 or 10
spend the
hours.
majority of my time.
No 8-year-old ripping people out of their cars
Yeah.
and shit.
like you do with mine.
Grand Theft fucking
Real
auto, man.
GTA.
Smashing windows.
I go around on that game, punching people in the face for no reason. Right?
But
That
it's
game,
allowed
you
though.
get bored after a while doing the missions and all that. You just end up going around running people over,
Yeah.
getting out of the car, going up and just punching random people in the face.
That's just, I think for you, that's just life simulator at that
Yeah.
point. You're not stealing helicopters, you're just simulating your own
Just
life.
another day in Peckham, innit?
I lost hours just going around, and then if you're Michael, you can say things. He goes, "Hey, how's it going?" And they go, "I'm alright." And he goes, "You make me sick, you know that?" Then that's what I do. Crap. And he always says something different each time. So then I panic like, "So see what he says this time." And he normally says, "You try. If you say it enough, he says different things." Oh, I love that game, but I don't. I've actually I've had about a year break from it. I've stopped playing it for that because it is too much.
I like more games like FIFA and that, and
Yeah,
on
that's-
Xbox
yeah.
and play FIFA.
I love FIFA when you're with a group.
Basketball. Yeah.
When you're with a group, that's the but.
Yeah, yeah.
I get so into that. I want to beat my mate so bad. I've nearly had fights with my mate years ago. Like Kevin Felix, he used to score with the same player all the time. And like, they used to drive me mad. And my mate used to turn around and go, Kevin Phillips, Kevin Phillips. I was like, shut up, fucking Phillips.
I remember Kevin Phillips.
That was a proper get into the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
You're up back.
Yeah.
Hey, one of my favourite games is Ninja Rooftop, and you know what? The big baddie, the big boss man's a big fat panda, a sumo wrestler.
Game, yeah?
Oh, it's on my phone. I love it. I just love it. I just love this big panda, man. He's bashing everything up. He's a sumo wrestler.
What do they used to say? E-Honda's thing? Because everyone used to say it.
Flying headbutt.
Yeah.
And 100 hand slap.
And then like, didn't you roll like Blanco as well?
That from Street Fighter.
Everyone used to say it's 100 hand slap,
Oh.
but who actually took time out to counter slap?
That's right, it was 100.
I don't know though, it could have been 98. You know, no one actually counted.
Spinning power and shit. Oh, you're not into games, are you, Will?
And you know what, I am actually. I'm into games, but I'm more modern stuff. The earliest game I remember playing was Crash Bandicoot. Did you ever play?
Yeah, that was great. I love Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
You look back on it. And like the main thing you were doing was like jumping and spinning and shit.
Yeah.
And like, just in various different environments. And one of the environment, like a thing they returned to a lot, was this indigenous island, like these islands with these people with the most like where's the most offensive way we can represent islanders? And they give them like big bellies and like these bowl cut hairs, and they just and they just shout nonsense at each other.
Millwall fan.
Yeah,
That's what
Millwall
the
fan.
theme's based on.
Yeah.
I never played it, funny enough, that Crash Bandicoot.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Crash Tag Team Racing, also a great game, because you know what I did is when you teamed up, you could either be the gun or the guy who drives, and I never drove. I was always the guy with the gun. I had the pissest, easiest job you had.
Mario Kart back in the day.
I was never good at that. I wanted to be. My mates, I was always go off the fucking track. I would never control it. Too sensitive. Yeah. What's that? A
There was
ghost?
a ghost town track on Mario Kart. That was on Super Nintendo.
See, there were a lot of games I missed out on. I'd never played Doom and shit like that. But I was a big game player, but I never used to buy all the games. I used to buy a couple of games that I can afford, my family or whatever, and then I'd play them forever. Do you know what I mean? And then eventually I'll get a new console, and then I'll know a load of new games, like 10 or 12. And that's what I was like.
I used to like GoldenEye on N64 as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Golden. I remember that. I played that one. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking great. But yeah, that's a segment for all you gamers out there.
That's why you end up with boyfriend troubles, man, because the women, they just give up, man, with their man just sitting there in the bedroom all day long on that. They don't want to, you know what I mean? It's true.
Yeah.
We're now
a gaming podcast. So we're changing the name to What's Your Favourite Game with the Peckham Poet. Tune in for all the other episodes where we just talk about gaming.
Yeah.
Right.
Going backwards. Anyway, moving on with the talk.
Next one coming out of that.
Here we go. Now there's no cheating. I'm too fucking can't see it anyway. I can't look in there and pick one out. Let's
see what the hat god's got.
What has the hat turned up, man? Holy shit. Fuck me. I can't even fuck. Oh, hang on a moment. What the fuck? Oh. Fuck.
So it's not fuck.
I'll be like, sweet Steve, man, 3 false starts and 6 red cards. I can't even. I'm so fucking stoned, I can't
Pass
even
it to me, let me
fucking
see.
read it.
We won't put it back, we'll just see what it is. Give it to me.
Oh shit, man. I'm fucked up.
Which Willy walked?
For fuck's sake. Every time we pull out something out of the hat, I'm like, it can't be as stupid as the previous one. And it always fucking is. It's always something more and more absurd.
Someone explain.
Which Willy walked?
Yes.
Is that what it said?
Which Willy walked?
Yes. Which Willy walked?
Walked.
So you know what witches have warts on the nose?
Yeah.
So
Wart.
it's like a wart on the willy.
Oh.
Which
Like a witch Willy wart.
walked?
Yeah. Now don't pretend we haven't got them. No, maybe we haven't all had one.
I'm not
No.
No? What?
Are we talking about dirty boys? Are we going to those levels?
Well,
Dirty boys.
who
You know
knows?
what I mean? Are we talking about warts on the willy? Is this am I, or am I just smoke too much fucking beer?
I mean, like, who knows where it's going to lead us? You never know. It can. Like, we can just talk about witches if you like.
Yeah.
I feel like witches get a bad rap. They're pretty fucking cool.
I think that warts are quite sexy.
Not if you've got one on the end of your dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, you know the broomstick? The broomstick was a metaphor with witches for Satan. The idea was that
Really?
they had slept with Satan and that's how they get their power. So the broomstick was always supposed to be Satan's dick in a kind of very like underhand way
Because
of
it
saying.
looks like Satan's dick. He'd have a broomstick for a dick.
You know,
He's got very straight straw-like pubes.
Witches are not racist, they're black cats.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
That's a good thing.
Say.
Yeah. Yeah. That phone's ringing, and I thought I forgot to be on.
Are we actually
Yes, all right.
recording?
Yes, we are. Of course
Oh,
we are.
fuck
Felix,
me.
get with the program.
Every fucking time, give her a J, she doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Hey, don't turn it off.
No, I'm not. We're going to come straight back in. I'm just making sure it's.
So are we talking about willies, or are we moving on to something
No,
else?
I'm going to.
Witches
You know,
and wolves.
Yeah, we was getting into the subject witches and the broomsticks and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
there is. I've done a set about of a bit years ago. I still do about the witches of Eastwick. How that influenced me as a child to create a voodoo
That
doll.
was Jack Nicholson.
That's right. That film is a forgotten film. People forget that. That is a fucking funny, badass film. We were talking about funny films the other day, like Groundhog Day, and I forgot to mention
Yeah, Groundhog Day.
Jack Nicholson is at his best, I believe, in that film. Like, it is iconically
funny.
Jack Nicholson sort of stuff. He's got every bit of his wit in it. Every bit of it.
Why don't you give us
Do you
a
remember
summary of the
do you
movie?
remember the
Oh, for example, you get like, I will, but for example, he would say a great line like, he's talking to this woman, he goes, he's trying to like, you chat her up in a sense, and he's like saying, and she goes, are you trying to molest me? Are you trying to seduce me? Not molest me.
Jesus.
Are you trying to seduce me? And he goes, my darling, I would never seduce someone with your brain, your intelligence. I would never do that to you. I had far too much respect for your kind, and your personality, you're strong. I just would really like to fuck you. It's classic lines like that. I've probably got some of that wrong. But it's classic, Jack Nicholson's just amazing in it. And it's like, but basically, what the gist of the film is, right? There's Jack Nicholson, and then there's three witches, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's like, what's her name? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Right.
Yeah.
Cher. And that redhead woman, I fucking love her. She's
Is it
knows the film really.
or something?
No, I can't remember her name.
It's what is it, Goldie Hawn? No, not Goldie Hawn.
no.
No.
She was in the film on the Wii. She was one
Michelle
of the girls.
Pfeiffer. Oh, yeah.
Anyway, don't matter. She's in the film, and you got three witches. You got Jack Nicholson, and basically, being Jack Nicholson, he fucks all three of them. Obviously, that's what he does.
Classic.
Right? But over a period of time, they sort of spend a lot of time together. These three girls, and like women do, they end up getting
Synchronised.
getting their period, and they end up turning to witches, like all women do, as we know.
Classic.
And then
Classic, that happens every month,
Yes,
every day.
yes.
I'm like,
all women
More-
eventually
more
turn
witches.
into witches, and it's just-
yeah.
Yeah. Right? And so they turn into witches, and he fucks all three of them. And that's a wrong thing. You should never fuck a witch. First of all, especially three of them at once. You're asking for trouble straight away. Because, like I say, eventually they get the synchronization again, and they get their period, and they take it all out on him.
And basically, he gave them a bond. Basically, he made them come
Apart from
together.
Satan.
Fuck him up.
Yeah,
Because of that.
he gave them in a sense, he sort of gave, or they created him, or they gave him the powers, or something like that.
The only thing they didn't do was have like a witch baby. None of them witch babies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was fucked.
But at the end, towards the end, basically they get him back by creating a voodoo doll.
Making his life hell.
And like voodoo dolls, how they work. You stick a pin in them or something, or
Pinning them and it fucks up the.
and it's a great scene at the end. He gets proper fucked. Proper fucked.
What's it called again?
Fuck him up. Where,
Witches of Eastwick.
yeah. That was a
Banging
film,
film.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it's loaded a bit with like.
I mean,
women turn into witches.
it influenced me.
No guesses who wrote
Remember
this.
that film, The Witches, with the little kids? And
Yes! Fuck, that freaked me out as a kid.
Oh,
That was terrifying.
No, that is great. That's Roald Dahl. Anything
Yeah,
Roald Dahl is a stamp of quality right
I
there.
like that.
Yeah, the great man. I can go on about Roald Dahl if you like, but
Yeah,
how
we
he's
used
the original James Bond.
used
But that's
to
for
watch
another
that
time.
all the
I'm going like
time.
Felix now. That's for another time.
That's what,
Yeah.
do you know
What's
what?
the thing? Well, the thing is like that influenced me to do the voodoo doll when I was a kid. I tried to create voodoo doll to get back at my teacher. This is a true story.
Yeah.
And
Do you
because
remember-
I hate
So
it.
it's just normal behaviour for a
I hate
boy.
it. She kind of, you know, made me laugh miserably basically. But so I had a voodoo
Do you
doll. and I-
remember Chucky?
Yeah.
The first one. The first Chucky.
Bad
That was
film.
the voodoo.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just
What?
like seeing the doll, seeing the doll
Yeah.
swear used to make me
Come
laugh when I
on,
was a
man.
kid.
Chucky was mad.
When he turned around and said to the police officer, when the police officer stops the car, and he
Yeah.
turns around and he says something like, "Fuck you, ass."
Yeah,
Or something like that.
listen, man. And then
Yeah.
but the way he's to be like, "Hey, I'm Chucky, wanna play?" And he times that the kid don't know nothing. He's like, "Yeah, I wanna play." And then Chucky's like, "Yeah, let's fucking play." And then he goes crazy on him, like, you fucking actually talk."
You seen the new one?
Fucked. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
the new
yeah.
one is actually surprisingly quite funny in parts, I thought.
Yeah.
It's Mark Hamill as the new Chucky.
Yeah,
Stop
like
it, man,
fucking
see
Hamill,
it.
mate. Do you know what I mean? Luke Skywalker is fucking
Yeah.
Chucky.
It's
It's
like,
brilliant.
how many times can Chucky come back, bro?
Yeah,
That's
but
enough.
this is a total new Chucky rebooted.
Okay.
But it has the old kid in it, doesn't it? The kid in the original.
Andy.
Yeah, he's like Andy. Is it
That's
Andy?
his name, man.
Yeah.
Andy.
Hey Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's yeah, he's in it. He's older though. He's like an
Yeah,
adult,
yeah.
and he
Oh, really?
remembers the first one, doesn't he?
No, not at all. No.
I swear that's in there.
This is a complete new like boot. Like it's a new
Okay, it's
Sort
like a
of
new generation.
Chucky. Yeah. Like you see him get
Mhm.
born in the factory, how he become about, how someone twiddled with the mechanism to make
Yeah.
him have different forces.
Flicked into evil.
Because he did like something was going on in the
I don't
factory.
mind watching it. What is it? Was it in? Is it? How long is
Netflix.
it not in? Okay.
Yeah. But it's what's
Is
it?
it on Netflix?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's funny in certain parts. I won't expect. I had to
Yeah.
watch it because I just want to see how bad it was.
Yeah,
I know they
yeah.
ruin these films now.
That's true.
Like Freddy, the new Freddy is
Cool ones,
shit.
man.
No,
Yeah, I heard
just
the
no
new
suspense
Freddy
at all in the new Freddy film.
Yeah.
Hands up, crap.
Oh,
But Chucky, there's a few bits in it that made me laugh out loud.
Mhm,
A few
mhm.
bits. Just when he started to do the swearing for the
Dangerous.
first time. Dick cheese. Matt Hamill does it well. But there's some parts in the film I'm like, oh, that's fucking shit. I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of them.
Yeah.
Going anywhere.
So what we're going to do is we sort of finish it off like this little bit here. We'll be able to
Do your outro.
we'll do like the sort of thing like how we wrap it up. So imagine we're just sort of finishing off the stop it. So yeah. So that's how you fucking that's how I lost my virginity. Right. So people, thank you very much. If you've got to the end of this show and you've listened to it all, then you are very good. You're better than me.
We don't even listen to the whole thing.
I mean, I have to go through the hard editing process of listening to it.
Well,
and
once it's edited, I'll be listening to it and I'll be sharing it, and it's a good show.
Yeah.
I was happy to come on, French.
Yeah,
Right.
it was excellent, man. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
and I'm looking forward to having Grandad on the cut. You know, your
yeah.
connection
I'm
there.
looking forward to that myself.
Yeah. So yeah. So thank you very much. That was about God knows how many topics, but we've gone through a lot today, so that's about wrapping up the show. Thank you very much.
Oh, Semi Cedar in the house!